FM, 910 AM, and worldwide at the source for SpartanGrid.com.
What's up, everybody? Trey here. Welcome to Real Talk with Traci Fant. I'm here to introduce your host, CEO of ThinkTwice.org, community activist in upstate, my mother, Traci Fant.
Hey, welcome everybody to Real Talk with Traci Fant. I'm so happy to be here today. So pleased to be here and honored to have a radio station at the Source FM to be able to broadcast live to everyone. This show right here is basically going to be a community-based show. We're going to show a lot of love to people that are doing big things in the community. We wanted to start a show like this because there's a need. There's a need for us to give back and a need for us to expose the givers in the community. And so, I'm very, very happy to be able to bring this show to you live on air every Sunday at 3 p.m., 105.7 FM, 910 AM, and online at WOLIAM.com. It really pleases me to introduce my first guest. Wow. We go way back. We've been friends for a long time. We've done a lot of things. We've traveled together. And we've seen each other's growth, and that's what business is all about. It's all about growth. It's all about exposing each other to the goodness of working together and being on a common place with each other where we can show each other love without intimidation. I want to introduce a power couple of the upstate, and I call them a power couple of the upstate because ever since I've known them, they've been making big moves. They've been doing things, exposing the community to different events, taking people to different events, doing things even in the background, to help people out. I want to introduce Ms. Shira Bass Housey and Mr. Marcus Housey. Shira is editor of the Niche magazine, and Shira, tell us a little bit about the Niche magazine.
First, Traci, I want to thank you so much for having us on your first show. It's truly an honor to be here with you. The Niche magazine first started out in 2006. Previously, I did a lot of writing in high school and kind of did my own little short stories and decided that, one day I would like to probably just get into journalism. But, as time go on and this thing called life, sometimes your goals and, dreams change. And that's when I kind of took a step back. And I decided at the time that, I wanted to relocate here to South Carolina. My family is originally from this area. And when I came down
here...
Where
are you from originally?
I'm originally from New York City, New York, born and raised.
Okay.
My family is from the Sumter area of South Carolina.
Okay.
And when I first relocated down here, I had lived in Columbia, South Carolina. And getting around, I just realized that it was something that was missing in the entertainment business. And I kind of just did my research and got back into my writing again and making, connections. And I decided to move forth and start the magazine. The biggest dilemma I think it was in the beginning was, what will I name it? And my rebirth of me coming here, a new area, new community, new people, I decided that the niche, that was basically what I found here, was my niche. We went into public print in 2007. Previously, before that, that's when I had met Marcus. At the time, Marcus was with One Love Group, managing artist. And we decided that we wanted to kind of come together. He's seen the vision, the magazine, and get out there and, help with the marketing.
So your magazine is print and online.
Yes, it is.
So it's bona fide.
Yes, it is bona fide. Street certified. The stamp is on the cover.
Okay. And it's one of the only ones here in this area like this, right? One of the South Carolinas or the Southeast, right?
Business like it was going back roughly 10-15 years ago.
Oh yeah.
So as time went on, unfortunately, you've seen a lot of, other publications kind of leave, I guess, that niche of their business.
Right, right.
And I thank God for allowing us to be celebrating our 7th year.
Wow, that's big. That's big.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's your niche. You know, it's what you're passionate about. And I tell anybody, when you start something, it's like birthing a baby. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose sleep at night. You know, you're gonna stay up countless hours trying to figure out how to make things work, how to feed it. But you also got to have that grind mentality where no matter how much money I got to put into this, no matter how far I'm going to the hole with this is something I want to grow. I've birthed it. Now I'm going to present it to the world. And so, you know, you've done a tremendous job at presenting your niche to the world.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're
thank you
welcome.
so much.
And I met when I was actually a niche rep. You know, I was a rep for the magazine, and you know, I met first, and I was like, wow, you know, he seems pretty cool, you know, and I was like, I want to be a distributor for this magazine. He was like, oh, really? I said, yeah, it seems like, you know, a pretty cool thing. And so, you know, of course, you know, Jeff, he's always supportive. So he was like, yeah, let's do it. You know, and here we are, you know, years later. And I mean, 7 years.
Yeah.
I mean, so you got the South Carolina Music Awards coming up. You got a lot of big things going on. And I mean, people think that this is easy, you know, for you. I'm sure you get that a lot.
I mean, you get the fact of, you know, I've found a lot of people that, you know, they ask, you know, how do you go by starting a publication? And it's not an easy thing. You know, you have to establish good business relationships, and that's the key to it, and keeping relationships, and also pretty much getting out there and grinding. And I think, like you indicated, you know, it's your baby. Your brand is your baby. You're going to take time out where you're going to lose sleep. You're going to have to make a lot of sacrifice from your personal lives, even your family, to get things going. And I think that, you know, again, I thank God so much that he stood by me throughout these years with the trials and tribulations with it, and, you know, to really get the magazine out there. And most importantly, to keep it out there and be consistent with it, because that's the hardest part.
Wow. And your family. You know, I've seen your family, man. I've seen you all grind together. You know, the kids, you know, Marcus, just everybody. South Carolina Music Awards, you know, we went to Charleston together, Columbia. It was straight hustle, straight nonstop grind. But then the end result was a perfect show.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the nomination process, because right now, that's all you see on social media. People saying, nominate me, nominate people you never heard of. You know, they want to be nominated, and I think it's a great thing. But just for me to see how much it's blown up, how does that make you feel?
I mean, it feels really good, you know. And I just felt that South Carolina in its entirety did not have that outlet musically where people from other areas, because it's so separated, that our biggest focus was to bring recognition first, and secondly, networking. I stress that with anyone. And we decided to move forth and do our first award show, which was in 2008.
And it was here.
Yep, it was here at Greenville Tech.
You know, I remember, I hate to interrupt you, but I remember my kids, my oldest son, he wanted to go, and I was like, boy, you ain't going to Greenville Tech to no music award show. You know, he was a little fella. He was like, Mom, I'm telling you, it's going to be people there, it's big. And I said, no, you know, you got to wait till you get a little older. You know, not even knowing that we will eventually connect. You know what I'm saying? And our families, you know each other now. And so, you know, so you started off here in Greenville Tech, and how was that experience like?
It was a wonderful experience, because at that time we didn't have the Facebook, we didn't have the Instagram and the Twitter. So one thing good that we did have was our database, our email database, and Marcus will get into that with One Love Group.
Okay.
But we got the word out. When we got there and seen the attendees, I mean, it was in the hundreds.
Wow.
And the support, and it was just a good feeling. I think with the award show every year, the best feeling I get to see together and to smile, to network and embrace each other musically. And that's the most important thing that pleases me, you know, because it takes time to plan an award show. You know, some people think that it's something you can do overnight. It pretty much takes us anywhere between 6 to 8 months to plan, you know.
And that's big, you know, because like you said, planning, that you can just say, you know what, today we're gonna plan this, next week we're gonna do it. You know, it's something, like you said, it takes months, because I've even seen you finish the music awards, you're right on the plan the next one, you know, where we're gonna do it, how we're gonna do it, promote it. You know, and I see your promotions everywhere, and you know, to y'all, because I see the niche logo on flyers and it's up north. You know what I'm saying? In New York, you guys sponsor and stuff like that. I see the One Love, logo on different things, and so I'm just like, wow, you all are constantly getting out there, and doing stuff that people don't even realize you're doing. Your grind is a complete grind. Not like you half stepping. You're gonna do this now, but you're not gonna show up for this. And even the way you give back to the community, you guys have sponsored several of my events as well. Not because we're friends, but because you believed in what I was doing. Because I know you well enough to know if it's something you don't believe in, we cool and everything, but I ain't gonna put my name out there. And so, I really appreciate you for that.
Thank you so much.
But when people are trying to go through the voting process, the nomination process, what you guys don't even have anything to do with that, right?
No, we don't have anything to do with that. What we do is just open up a window for people to nominate people that are, individuals who they feel need to be a nominee. So we leave that open. We get thousands and thousands and thousands of nominees that come in. And what we do is we have a system that kind of separates it, and then from there we just get the top of the groups of the individuals per category. Our only job is to make sure that these artists who are nominated are working artists. Because at the end of the day, you find that some may put in work more than others, but it's not really about that. It's about their fan base and people who feel that they deserve to be in that category. Once we do that, step after that is voting. That's when you get your friends, family, church folks, co-workers, cousins, and you get on that phone call, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, and let people know, hey, we're in the voting process, please vote for me. We don't even find out the actual who's going to win, no, because that's like a rule. We have our own personal thing that we do. We just don't want to know. We just want to kind of be surprised ourselves, right, because we're so busy with the planning of it, the getting our team together and people like yourself, who are involved with it. We focus more on that there.
So are you ever like when you see somebody's name, you're like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And then you look into that person like, wow, that person's really grinding,
Yeah, it's been times when, to be honest with you, that, you're going to get individuals that really surprise you. And it's always people, a lot of people think that Marcus and ourselves, we pick the winners. We do not.
Right.
Times that people who are a part of the award show, we have never even met until they actually come to the award show.
Wow.
So, it's a good thing for us because we're meeting people and discovering new people, as the time go, and you're finding the nominees, the fans are the ones who are letting us know about people. They're the ones that are pretty much keeping us abreast on what's going on.
That's great. That's great. And like I said, you all are constantly grinding, constantly moving. I remember when the Prince concert came here, you all were key to getting the news media and the different types of media there. And you all also, gave people like me and the other people really nice tickets, but you were selected, by the people who actually brought, I think the Live Nation or whoever it was actually brought Prince here, so that shows your weight right there. Not only that, you brought Drake, right?
Yes, we were the only promotional, Marcus and myself were the only promotional team that ever brought Drake here live, any club appearance. Wow. Definitely big shout out to Cream Night Lounge, Josh. We contacted him and had him a part of it. Yeah. And it was very successful. And even when Prince, his publicist, Live Nation, they contacted us because they knew about us in this area, and they indicated that they wanted to get the media involved. And what they said, pretty much you put the list together. You guys put the list together. The only thing we ask is that they're media, nonprofit, things of that nature, and we'll just give them, the passes for it. And that worked out really well, and I was very surprised with that. And Prince did a nice job.
Oh, he did great. Yeah. I truly appreciate it, because I was just like, I was shocked at how, I don't even know why I was shocked, but I'd never been to a concert like that in my life. You know what I'm saying? I was just sitting there like in awe, and then the seats were great. So shout out to y'all for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just like, man, this is unbelievable. And the funny thing is, when I was telling people, they were like, the media, they were like, you sure? You sure? I'm like, yeah. They said just come to the window, get your ticket. They were like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, that's what they said. They were like, well, who are these people? I was like, you'll meet them, just show up. And so, then after that, you got interviewed by several people and everything. And that's when people were like, wow, this is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? And I really love the way you put your stamp on things. You just, leave it. I did that. Now let's go on to the next thing. You don't stand around and boast about it and say, yeah, we did this or we did that. And that's why I wanted you on the show, because a lot of people don't know the behind the scenes hustle. A lot of people don't know the difficulty of putting together a show that you put together, putting together a magazine, of exposing the artists who, without you, they wouldn't get this exposure. And so, like I said, I truly appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
And Marcus, One Love Group. Tell us about One Love Group. What is the meaning of One Love Group? Tell us where you're from, and how you got to be here with Traci Fant in the studio.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you, Traci, for inviting us. It's truly a pleasure being around a person like yourself. We really appreciate the effort you put into what you do and everything.
Oh, I appreciate that. That was nice.
One Love Group.
I'm smiling. You know what I'm saying?
One Love Group is bigger than just me. When I first got into the industry, I had a vision, I had an idea, I had concepts and things of that nature, and just evolve into what pretty much what I saw the industry to be. I wanted more for just local artists. When I first started out as artist management, and I used to manage several artists, including Yaya, Ricky Prince, Explicit, and a few others. So I did a lot of back-end work and whatnot, working with them and getting their career established. And at that time, while I was in that process of managing those artists, I attended a record pool. That's where I met Cher, my wife. And we became good friends and whatnot in the beginning, and I saw
that's
her.
What's up. So that's what you saw her. You was like, love, so many. He turned the music soul child on you. Sorry. So many things.
So we grew into a relationship. We were friends at first, and that friend evolved into love and respect and what we have today. And I thank God for that, because without that friendship, I think love always comes, and a lot of times you meet people and you catch your eyes and you like, it's something about them I like,
Right.
And it's just that attraction and whatnot. And from that point, we became real good friends, and next thing you know, where we are today.
Wow.
But One Love Group, at that time when I met her and whatnot, we pretty much started working together. I helped her out with the magazine, started managing the magazine, getting it going and things of that nature. At the same time, I was doing artist management. So it all evolved into doing what we're doing now with the award show and everything like that. And with the entertainment industry, I had like a vision of what the industry in South Carolina could be, and from that point, just evolved into what we're doing right now with the award show and with the magazine and with the marketing, because all those three things, you need those three things. There's a lot of things in the industry a lot of people don't realize that you need is marketing. You need marketing promotions, you need advertisement, you need publicity, you need spotlight. That's what makes or break any business, not just entertainment business, but business in general. And that's the way I looked at it. I didn't look at it as just entertainment. I looked at it as business wise. Every business need marketing, every business need promotion, every business need some way, form, or fashion to get their business out there to make money and to be prosperous.
Wow.
And also it takes longevity. And if you want to look at any business, any successful idea or concept, you always want to think of long term. You don't ever want to think of short term. But with One Love Group, I saw it as being something that could evolve in the long run.
Right.
So
and I can attest to your marketing skills, because I get a lot of emails from you guys about different events that's going on. Not even just in South Carolina, but on a national, on a worldwide level. I mean, you all really bring to light a lot of events, and and your email blast is what, 200 plus thousand?
It's actually
million?
about 450,000 right now, and it's growing. It's constantly growing. It's up and down. We get a lot of subscribers to the newsletter, and then we also, excuse me, we also work with people that actually get our emails that actually forward it out and send it out. So our forward is even more. So our internal database is 450,000 fluctuates, so roughly 500,000.
Wow.
So every time we send an email out, it goes out to people, not just in this area, but nationally and actually internationally. We get a lot of hits and whatnot from overseas.
Yeah. And see, you keep track of all that, and that's why I said y'all a power couple, because you got the magazine, you're doing your thing with that. He has the marketing team and just everything that he's doing with that. I mean, but how do people like you guys, two dreams, two separate ideas, how does it feel to know that combined and it's growing into what it's growing into?
I mean, it's a wonderful feeling. Like Marcus indicated, we had a vision together, even as friends, in the beginning. Because at that time, and I stress this to anyone, even if you're trying to establish something and it's not going to go at that time, still support someone else.
Wow, that's
because
great.
your turn is going to come
Exactly.
eventually. And I said that to say during a time when I was, at the beginning with the magazine, because nothing is easy. It was a struggle with things going. And Marcus was, that's when, he had his label with his artists. And I pretty much found my niche in, if he needed PR work, I would help with that. Even to carry CDs, or make some phone calls or do proposals. It was things that I found other than what I was doing to pretty much help his growth.
Y'all kind of teach each other or learn off each other because, by me, in the nonprofit, the small business sector, every day is something new. Every day you're learning something new. Or every day you're experiencing something new. So, I mean, is it good? I guess it is good to have someone you can feed off of and say, okay, this didn't work, so let's try this, or that worked, but we need to add this to this, or...
It did. She's more of the, how should I say, she's more of the pretty side. She's the decorative.
She is beautiful, yeah.
I'm more like, okay, I got an idea, let's do it, and she's more of, okay, let's dress it with this, let's dress it with that, and let's make it look, a little bit better. And it all works out because it's more like, okay, you take this bottle of water, okay, I'm looking at the bottle of water, but then she come around with the label and pretty, make it
look nice.
That's
right.
It kind of worked out, real well and everything. So, everything that we always do, even if she have an idea, then I'll come behind and say, okay, well, we need to do this. I'm on the business side, I make sure everything's official before we put our stamp on it. So it's like that. So our passion and everything that we do is more of not just business, but it's also for the love of what we do. We love what we do.
Yeah, you all compliment each other really well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, just like when I'm out with Jeff, people speak to me and talk to me and everything. They're like, your husband cool with that? I'm like, this is business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is business. Of course, I'm beautiful. People always say, well, how does your husband deal with the fact that you meet with me? And I say, well, it's a business. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're going in for. And if it goes in, you check them on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just it. So a lot of people, the support is needed, especially from your spouse. And your family, they're not going to always support your vision. I found that out really, really when I started, that my family was looking at me half the time like I was crazy for doing some of the stuff I was doing. But I'm like, if God places something in you, you have to work. You have to do. It's a must.
That is true.
Yeah.
And someone told us this, a while back, and they told, Sharon and I, it's like, the more passionate you have, the more things that you do, and the more successful you get, your circle become even smaller. Even you think that people that have your back and support you, sometimes they do, but then and you realize the people around you is getting even smaller. And it's a good thing, it's a bad thing, but at the same time, and from that point, that you're doing something, you're accomplishing something, and in life we always realize too, sometimes you don't want to admit it, you don't want to see it, but there's a lot of people out there that despise you and don't like you for whatever reason, or because you're doing something that's they're not doing, but at the same time, you got your strong supporters. So, in other words, you're positive outweigh your negative. So, you look at that and you just keep going. You stay focused and keep going. You don't really let that burn you down.
Yeah, and it's rough, It is. It's rough when your friends or, people that you thought you could depend on, they fall off, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I've even learned that the people I didn't think were going to be there are the ones that were there for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was kind of like, I was like, wow, this is kind of awkward and different. But, I appreciate the help and the love and the support. Even with this show right here, I was given the opportunity and I said, you know what, I'm going to run with it and I'm going to have anybody on here that has something positive they're doing, in the community, people that need, because everyone, I feel like, even if you're not doing it for recognition, you need some type of recognition if you're doing something good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you're putting people on, if you're giving people that spotlight, because all people need is a shot. You know what I'm saying? You give people that shot, man, I think that people like that and people like you all deserve the type of exposure that I'm trying to give. And it's not like major on a national level, but you know what, my vision is national, you know, and so one day that's how it will be. And Shira, I'm sure that your vision was also national.
Yes, it was. That was something that I was, focusing on. But in the beginning, you have to start small. You have to, you dream big, but at a small pace. I think that that's where some people have seen, their businesses, you start off and you want to start off so big and just have so many plans and so many, things you're doing, your hand is in so many pots. Nothing is wrong with that, but it has to come at a gradual level, you know.
Yeah. And you have to be consistent. You have to be committed. You know what I'm saying? You have to be
focused.
Exactly, focused, passionate. And you got to know how to stay in your own lane. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn what my lane was because, I was getting shifted all over the place. And, I had to say, hold up now, this is not for me, and this is for me. And my brother told me a long time ago, you got to utilize your no. You got to know everything that people say is good for you. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good for you, because you definitely want to get the exposure. But some things you just don't want to be in your portfolio.
Right.
I had something to do with this, but but now my name is still on it. So like you said earlier, your brand, your baby, that's very important, very important. And as a community as a whole, we need to learn that our brand, we represent not only what we're doing now, but on Facebook, on Twitter, through emails, on phone calls, people we meet in the stores. I can't go in the store, and sometimes I feel like, somebody says something crazy to me. I feel like going off, and I'm like, I got to remember who I am and where God is placing me. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're working on building your brand, you always have to learn where God is placing you, and you always have to stay focused on that because it's real easy to get swayed from it.
You're right about that.
It is, and most importantly, you got to have a budget. Because, in business, nobody's going to give you anything for free. You have to have a game plan and say, this is something I'm bringing to the table. Because, in the business that we're in, you're not going to walk in the door with nothing and think you're going to get something. Exactly. It's just not possible. You have to bring something that you have within your niche to the table.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. Budgeting and investing in yourself. That's very important.
You have to budget. You have to invest in yourself because you find some people, they're fortunate where they have other people in them, but that's very rare.
And it's going to wear out. You know what I'm saying? Those investments are only going to last as so long. Yeah. You got to be willing, like I said, sometimes your vision, your passion is going to break you. But you always got to have that state of mind where, okay, I'm broke today, but tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow I'm going to get out here, I'm going to talk to these people, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, someone will.
It should be a part of your plan. Anytime you plan on anything, all that should be included in your plan. Yeah, if I only got $20 to spare, I'm going to use this $20 to get in the studio, I don't know, whatever exactly. your plan is. Use that $20 to evolve that 20 to make 100, and use that 100 to make 1,000, and so forth. Should be all in your plan. Even if your budget's only $20.
Exactly.
Just make it a part of your plan.
Wow. So South Carolina Music Awards is coming on.
Yes, it is.
I definitely need you guys to come back in and let me know. The big what is the release date? Tell me more about it and. Where you're going to have it and things like that. I know you don't release that until that day or the week or a couple of months before, right?
The actual nominations will be ending on April the 28th, and the press release for the location and the date will be released on the 19th. That's when we'll do the big media release. Okay. But until then, if anyone have any questions or anything about the award show and nominations in our history, they can go on to scmusicawards.com.
Cool. All the details on the site, including the nomination process, the voting process, everything's in writing on the site. A lot of people sometimes don't take time to read read the site. Everything's on there, but a lot of times we get a lot of calls, trying to inquire about nomination, how the process works, and things of that nature. So all the details on the site.
Cool. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Shira Bass-Housey, CEO of the Niche Carolina Magazine. Marcus Housey, CEO of One Love Group, and the producers of the South Carolina Music Awards. Thank you so much for being in here with me today. I got next up is my friend Guy Ferry. Is that how I pronounce your name? Come on over here, man. Come on over here. Guy, we're going to talk about the Affordable Care Act because telling me on the phone that a lot of people don't understand how good it is, how true it is. And I don't understand it because I'm fortunate not to need it right now, but my mom, she hates it. But tell me something about what you'll tell me on the phone. Give me your name, a history of you, and what do you do?
Well, thank you. And first, thank you very much, Tracy, for inviting me. What a show. And Marcus and Shira, I was listening outside. Wonderful, wonderful show. So thank you. My name is Guy Fury. I run an insurance brokerage in Greer called The Insurance Source. We focus on health insurance. You may or may not be familiar with the Affordable Care Act, what it does, how it affects people. It affects people very differently depending on their circumstances. There's a lot of confusion out there. A lot of people don't understand it. There are people in the African American community are 50% more likely to be uninsured than the community at large. The people in the Latino community in the upstate, 1 out of every 2 Latinos is uninsured. And there is resources available to these people. Yesterday, I enrolled someone who makes $12,000 a year. I enrolled them in a Blue Cross Blue Shield plan for $20 a month. The government's paying the rest of the bill for them. That plan has a 0 deductible.
Wow. And so that's deep, because I know, like I said, some people absolutely hate it, and I guess it's because they don't really totally understand it or don't understand how they can, come to you. And where can they come to you at, or how can they get to you and get more information from you?
Well, thank you. And there is confusion out there. The law. Imagine you have a person that's 90 pounds and a person that's 400 pounds. They wouldn't be able to wear the same t-shirt.
Right.
The law does affect people in different ways. The people who are generally of lower income are the folks that are affected in the most positive ways. To answer you about how people can reach me, the website is theinsurancesourcesc.com, and on your phone, if you dial 864-INSURE-1, that's our phone number in the office.
Okay. And so when you get people in there, you sit them down, you kind of go over their income, over their budget, or whatever. Like you told me on the phone, most of the time you're able to get them a great rate on insurance.
I do my best. The one thing for your listeners that are listening out there, might want to take a look to see how the Affordable Care Act affects you. There's a website out there called healthsherpa.com. HEALTH Sherpa, SHERPA.com. You can go ahead and enter in your zip code, you enter in your age, and you enter in your income, and it will pop up the rates would be with your government subsidy if in fact you're eligible for that.
Okay. So the big thing is now we're coming up to a deadline, right?
Yes,
we're approaching a deadline, and what is the deadline, and what's that all about? Because I've been hearing a lot about it on the news, but like I said, I'm bad about it if it doesn't really, you know what I'm saying? not saying anything bad about it, but
Yes.
I hadn't been paying a lot of attention.
Yes,
Should have been. But after I talked to you, I said, you know what, I need you to come on the show and sit down and talk real about this whole insurance deal and make me understand it. So what's up with the deadline?
Sure. The law indicates that you have until March 31st of this year to purchase an insurance plan. If you do not purchase an insurance plan, you owe a fine to the IRS, and the IRS is going to come looking for you. So today is March 22nd.
Yeah.
So we have exactly
Today's the 23rd.
23rd. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, we have 8 days left.
Wow.
So the time is counting short. But I can enroll people over the phone. I can enroll people in person. I set a goal, as I mentioned to you, of helping 1,000 people with their health insurance through Obamacare, through the Affordable Care Act, and I've helped a lot of people.
Wow. And give me your phone number.
It's 864-467-8731, and again on your phone it spells insure and the number 1.
Okay, so when people call you, they're going to basically say, okay, check this out. I heard you talking on Traci's show. I don't believe you can do for me what you claim you're going to do. What are you going to say to them?
I'm going to say I will do everything I can to help you.
That's
and the best part about this is I have 18 years experience in the insurance field, and when I help you, you get my services for free because I'm paid a referral fee by the carrier when I write a plan, so you pay me the grand sum of $0.00.
Are you serious? So they can come talk to you for free.
That's
You
correct.
hook them up with the insurance.
That's correct. And then I'm the resource when they have any claims issues, questions, or problems down the line.
Wow, that is great. That is great. I mean, and like I said, Guy, I didn't have a great understanding of it, and my mom, she's going to be on here next week. In fact, she has a segment on the show called Mama P's Wisdom, and I was hoping she could be in here today because she really wanted to drop something about the issues that she's been having. But I'm going to have her call you because, like I told her, I said, Mom, my friend Guy, he's really good with this insurance thing, and he's going to try to help you out. So, I really appreciate you coming in because people need to know that they can reach out to someone like you who's willing to do it for free.
Thank you.
I mean, how many people do stuff like that for free?
Thank you. Well, I'm very blessed. I do make income. I do get a referral fee or a commission when I write a policy. But, I mean, the point, this is something I think that we share. I have really enjoyed being a Facebook friend with you over the years, and you really care about people, and it shows. I think you give so much to the community. I know the community is very blessed to have you in the upstate.
Well, thank you. I'm blessed to have a community that cares enough to tell me how blessed I am. I'm blessed enough to have friends like you who support me because, without you being here today on the show, and without Marcus and Shira, and without my other guests coming on, I wouldn't have a show. You could have just said no. I don't want to be on your debut show. I don't know what this is all about.
I would be silly if I...
This show right here is going to be like no other talk radio show. I'm telling you, we're going to have news with Julie Lewis. She's going to come in and tell us some stuff about, she has a Facebook page. It's called The Real Housewives of Greenville. So she's going to be on here talking about that. We're going to have comedians come in. We're going to have live performances. In fact, our first live performance is Lele, and she's like a teenager who's been working with me since she was like 9 years old. She's going to perform live in the station, so we're going to have so many other things going on. And so, and also sponsorships, man. I'm reaching out to people. My sponsorship opportunities are very cheap, and I need people to sponsor and support me because for the next 6, 7, 8 months, I'm going to have a show right here at the Source, and I'm very say that. And so, like I said, Guy, with people like you support me, I mean, wow, I'm just thrilled. And so again, tell us how we can get in touch with you. Give us your phone number. Anything else you want to tell people?
Sure. The phone number... We're happy to help anyone we can.
And like I said, I appreciate you guys for coming in and being in the studio with me. The pleasure meeting you as well because we hadn't met officially. So and I'm gonna have to have you on again because you're gonna have to come back and tell me if you reached 1,000 people, if you reached them, and what can people do even after the deadline. So
even after the deadline, if they have a change in their family status, such as a birth, a marriage, a death, a divorce, a change in job status, a new job, that qualifies them to purchase insurance within what's called a special enrollment window. And basically what my customers tell me that I do best of all is once they sit down with me and actually talk turkey, talk numbers, they understand something that was really kind of...
I mean, that's great. That's great. Like I said, Guy, thank you again for coming in the studio. I truly appreciate you and everything that you're doing for the community, blacks, whites, Latinos, everybody. I truly appreciate it because without you, what I'm saying, we wouldn't have this information. Without you taking the time out to talk to me on the phone, I wouldn't have known about this. So I truly appreciate it. And I want to let the community know about some community events we got coming up. We have a talent show coming up on Saturday, March 29th at 6 p.m. at the Malden Cultural Center. That's sponsored by Divine Connections. We also have the Who Am I Music Showcase. That's Saturday, April 19th at Sin City, and that's from the Bottom Up Entertainment. We have so many different things going on. We have our sponsors. Special shout out to our sponsors, 100K Virgin Hair. fantastic lawn care, and of course thinktwice.org. Special shout out to everybody that's been on the station so far. And my next guest is Mr. Jeremy Lagon. Did I pronounce your name right, Jay?
Close enough.
What? How you pronounce it? You got to check me on it because
It's actually Ligon.
Ligon, Mr. Jeremy Ligon. And you have an event coming up that really, this is the second annual Stop the Violence basketball game. And I had the pleasure of being at the first one, and I spoke at the first one, but I really enjoyed the game as well. It was entertaining, but also it's for the community, and it also raised awareness. So Jeremy, tell me, how did you come up with this concept of bringing what is the DJs,
Yeah, promoters versus DJs. Promoters first, you know.
Okay, that's what's up, because you're a promoter.
You know.
And that's what I know you as. I know you as a promoter first.
Yeah.
And so, when I saw you doing this game, I was like, wow, it's nothing better to me than someone that's in the streets, living in the streets, dealing with people
Exactly.
to do things like this. So give us a little history. Let us know what's going on with the basketball game.
I don't know, man. You watch the news, and as you watch the news and you see a lot of negative on the news, like that's their job. They promote the negative,
Right.
but they never show what you want to do for your community. So, I mean, it just came to mind, man. If you can promote violence on TV, we want to promote nonviolence. So, from there, I just came up with what do the kids like in our community? It's simple, it's fun, it's basketball.
Wow, and that's deep, and like you said, all basketball, girls, guys, everyone, and also just a thrill of seeing you guys out there talking smack to each other,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, doing everything, because man, I'm telling you, I had fun just being a member of the audience. I had so much fun, I almost forgot I was supposed to speak.
Yeah, we try to make it fun, man. We try to make it just about the kids,
Yeah.
because like I told them, you got your guys in the streets that's doing what they do, and you got us as promoters, you got us as DJs, and we doing what we do, and we got people that look up to us.
Wow.
So as they look up to us, man, we want to shine some light on them.
And see, that's deep, because a lot of people don't realize the number of young people that are looking up to them.
They don't.
Sometimes I don't even realize it. I know a lot of times a young person will stop me like in Walmart or Target, and they'll say, Miss Tracy, I read your post, or I saw you at this school or that school. So it's always about, not just how you carry yourself, but also how you present yourself to people. And the way that you're doing this, I mean, I know you've got a little flack about it, right? Recently, somebody gave you a little jive, little junk about it.
Yeah, it's a lady, man. She came at me in my inbox a little bit about my community events opposed to the community events that she does.
Wow.
And like I told her, I've been a part of the streets, so I know what they like. It's understandable what you got going on.
Right.
And so I'm gonna do what I see they like in the communities.
And, I wanna give you, a shout out for that, because I think you handled that well.
Yeah.
Even your response and everything, you handled that very well. And so, I really appreciate the fact that, because you could have it could have went real crazy.
Yeah, I had to think about it.
I bet you had to think a little bit and go back.
I did.
I mean, the thing is, your point was across. I mean, I do a lot of events in the community, positive events, but then also, I'll go to a club. I'll show Josh Knuckles some love at Cream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll do different
Shout
things
out to
like
Knuckle
that.
Club too, man.
Exactly, because the thing is, it's all community giving back. You know what I'm saying? How can I expect for people to support me if I'm sitting back pretending like I'm too good for stuff?
Yeah, that's real big in Greenville right now.
Yeah, but
That's support.
yeah.
You gotta have a support system in Greenville, upstate. Period. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we need to do a lot more supporting each other.
Yeah, and we're working on it now. Radio show right here, I'm gonna invite people in that have probably never even been in the radio studio just to come on and
I know it. I feel good to talk right now.
Hey, I'm glad that you accepted my invitation, because like I said, if I can't have a show where I'm putting people on and exposing people and letting people know that there are people, young people like yourself, doing great things in the community, used to having a show. What's the use of being on the air if you're not promoting other people? I can stay in here and promote myself all day. I got a whole hour. I could talk about Tracy. But why would I want to do that?
You got a lot of people following you, man, so it's not going to be hard at all to get a support system from you at all.
I truly, like I said, I truly appreciate it.
Okay.
I truly appreciate it, and I also appreciate the fact, like I said, that you guys are hosting this basketball game. So tell us the date, the time.
March 29th at Sterling Community Center. Doors open at 2 o'clock, man. We have a few sponsors, such as Yoga Mountain, yourself, Knuckle Up, Track Team DJs, just to name a few. I know, like like I said, all the kids 12 and under is free. All the money that's being donated will go back to the community center itself.
Wow.
So I mean, we're just coming out to have fun, man. We're just asking everybody to come and join us.
Wow, and I truly appreciate you stopping by the station, hollering at me about it. Much love to you for doing this. If you know anybody else is doing some positive things in the community, hit me up on my inbox and let me know, because I definitely want to have them in here to talk about it. So like I said, thank you again. And you're more than just a promoter. You know what I'm saying? You're an activist.
I'm trying to swing that way right now, man. You know.
You're doing it. I'm telling you, you're young.
I can't stay in the club scene too long.
Well, you know what? You're young. You know what I'm saying? So we need people like you. We need the young people like you that's actually set, because you have to set the tone. You know what I'm saying? We need people to say, you know what? I know this is the box I'm usually in, but I'm going to step outside my box and I'm going to do this right here. And I'm going to take a chance at it. And even if you didn't have the turnout you wanted last year, you came back again this year and did it.
This is every year thing.
It's a commitment. And see that you can only appreciate somebody that's committed to doing their thing. So like I said,
we're going to be at the same spot every year.
I appreciate it. Thank you again, Jeremy. Pronounce your last name for me again. Ligon. Because, I tear a name up. not on purpose, but, I truly appreciate you for coming in. And next I got up Lele. This is my girl Lele right here. Lele's going to sing live for us. Lele, tell us a little bit about yourself. Come on, baby. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm 14. I attend Sanders Middle School in Lawrence, South Carolina.
Okay.
I've been singing since the age 4. I really like to sing. I do some work in the studio with Kelly Blaze, and it's my passion, and I just love to do it.
And I'm going to tell y'all what, Lele, she seems kind of shy right now. But Lele ain't shy. Go on, Lele. And what are you going to sing right now?
I'm going to sing a praise on the inside.
She's going to sing praise on the inside. Go ahead, baby.
There's a praise for love,
Wow. Lele, 14 years old. Your real name is Malaysia Kane.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I'm saying? I want people to know that, because you know what? I've been working with you. We've been working together. You've been doing events with me since you were like 9 years old. You won Lawrence Idol. You do a lot of stuff in talent shows, and you perform in a lot of different events. And you know what? I appreciate your talent. And that's why I wanted you in here today, because you're super talented. I mean, 14 years old with pipes like that. So, you want to give anybody any shout-outs? Because this is what we're going to do on this show. We're going to get some shout-outs. You got a shout-out for somebody? Give your mama a shout-out.
Shout out to my mama, Angela
All right.
Kane, with me and taking me where I need to go and just helping me do this.
Shout out to your mama too, because you know what? She always shows me love. She always supports me. Every time I have an event, she's like, Miss Traci, just let me know where she needs to be, what song she needs to sing, and she's going to be there. So I appreciate Miss Angela Kane. I appreciate your dad.
Edward Kane.
Mr. Edward Kane, we appreciate you as well, because, hey, you need a mama and a daddy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they working together to raise. I think they're doing a great job. I think they're doing a fantastic job. And check this out. So my girl, Julie Lewis, she has a page on Facebook called Real Talk with Julie. No, I'm sorry. She has a page on Facebook called The Housewives of Greenville, where she talks about different subjects. She posts different things on there, and people always respond and say different things. And she updates so well on the show, and she talks about topics that are of interest, not only with reality shows, but also different news topics. I want to introduce my girl, Julie Lewis. Julie, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Traci. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. So, what's going on, Julie? What's going on Housewives of Greenville?
Well, some of the topics that we discussed this week was in entertainment.
You know what? Lil he's pretty hot. You know, he got some. You know, he got a little weird style about him, but you know, he's pretty hot in the industry. Will he be missed? I hadn't heard anything from him recently, but I think that people will probably miss him. Not his having seizures and passing out and drinking scissor, but you know, as far as him as an artist, yeah, I think people might miss him. What is the feedback you got?
A lot of people, they were just saying that yes, they're going to be missed. Lil Wayne has been in the industry. He joined Cash Money Records at the age of 11, so a lot of people always anticipate his latest albums and his music coming out.
Wow. See, that's what's up, because you know, a lot of times when an artist is trying to do something like, say, retire or whatever, just like people are waiting on Jay-Z to retire. They saying, you know, when is he gonna retire? Some people like him, but a lot of people don't. You know, and so you know, he probably won't be missed, but then he ain't gonna miss the money either. So you know, what else you got? You got anything else, Julie?
Yes, I have another story that we talked about. It's when keeping it real.
Question. That is a good question, because I get so tired of seeing those little twerk videos from those little kids and parents putting videos on there of their little kid. Why not put a video of your kid reading a book? You know what I'm saying? Or a video of your kid getting a scholarship or whatever. And you know, shout out to the parents that do, because I see a lot of parents on Facebook that put their kids' reports on there and everything. Shout out to the parents that do that. Hey, much love to you. But like I said, some of the videos, the twerking videos and stuff, that needs to stop, because we got predators out there that's watching these kids, you know? You got anything else for us, Julie?
Yes, I've got one more story. The cops in Florida.
They didn't catch that dude. I mean, that's that R. Kelly. That's that crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing that kind of R. Kelly stuff to folks and thinking it's okay. I mean, you dude that suck the people's toes, and you know that's not cool at all. Yeah, something needs to be done about that.
Yes, I hope they catch him real soon.
They need to catch him.
He's just not in the right hood yet. He's on the right hood.
Exactly.
He will get caught.
Exactly. He's gonna get caught up by somebody. I'm telling you. Hey, like I said, special shout out to our sponsors. This show is sponsored by 100K Virgin Hair. That's 100K Virgin Hair. You need some hair, some pretty good hair. I mean, really, really nice hair. Call LaPortia at 864-990-6775. That's 864-990-6775. Also, fantastic lawn care. Hey, you need your lawn taken care of? I'm telling you, my husband, Jeffrey Fant, he's on point. You need to call him at 864-787-1204. And then also, Traci Fant, CEO of ThinkTwice.org. This show is sponsored by myself, because I truly believe in giving back to the community. You got a community event you want to put on air, you got something in the community that you're doing, you want to come in the station and talk to me live, let me know. Go to my page, go to the official website, www.realtalkwithtraci, that's Tracy with an I, realtalkwithtraci.com. Go to the box to contact me and contact me. Hey, on next Sunday at 3 o'clock, our show is going to feature the Unified Soul Poets, Moody Black and Kimmy the Goddess. Also, Nina, Style Guru Clark will be in the station. And Coach Charles Winfrey, head coach of Southern Wesleyan men's basketball. He'll be in the station as well, talking about recruiting and everything. Special shout out to my sons, Trey, Mario. They're in here in the station with me, helping me man the booth and everything, doing a great job. Special shout out to my guests I had on today, Shira Bass Housey, Marcus Housey, Jeremy Ligon, Guy Fury. I really appreciate you guys, and hey, shout out to you for listening. I'm Traci Fant, CEO of ThinkTwice.org. Thank you so much for listening to Real Talk with Traci Fant, keeping it real in the community, addressing the issues and talking about the stuff that people want to hear. Contact me, 864-325-3592. Hit me up on Facebook, Traci Young Fant. Follow me on Twitter.
Source
Fantastic
at
work.
105.7 FM, 910 AM, home of Awake with Drake. Sunday through Friday mornings at 6. Spartanburg Source for Bill.